Hey friends, I'm Heidi with Heavenly Minded Home, and for any other mamas out there who are struggling to break free from their phones, to be able to set it down and not be consumed by this tiny little box, this message is for you today. Hey guys, I'm Heidi with Heavenly Minded Home, and welcome back to our family channel here. It is our prayer that we can encourage and equip other families to live heavenly minded as we share all things homemaking, homeschooling, home discipleship, homesteading, you name it, it's homey. That is our jam right here. And I talked a little bit last week about detoxing our kids from screens, and there's so much more I want to share on that with you guys, exactly how we do it. I shared how we kind of like they responded and how it's going, so you guys be sure to check that out. If you have questions that are screen time related, leave me a comment down below. But one big thing that I kept seeing from so many of you is I always have my phone in my hand. I'm always on it. I just can't seem to put the darn thing down. Like, what do we do? And so before we dig into any other topic or any other question, I wanted to share a little bit that I just really had on my heart about that topic for us and our use of the phone and our time on the screen. So come join me here by the creek. My youngest is in the barn playing with the chickens and the turkeys and the puppies, and so I'm just kind of sitting here enjoying the beauty of the day, and thought I would just have a couple minutes to hang out with you as a fellow mama, a fellow friend, and talk about this because it is so important. And I think all of us kind of see this imbalance of life where screens do kind of take over. They go from being a tool and a resource to becoming an addiction. And I don't think that's what any of us actually want. And while I think many of us would agree on a lot of these principles and things of, yes, I know it can be a great tool and resource, but I'm using it too much. It's becoming an addiction. I'm constantly checking it. I think a lot of times we need some perspective. We need to pause and really think about this, talk about this, hold that mirror up before us and go, how am I really doing? Where am I at on this? And then really take it to the Lord in prayer and get that self-discipline. Really start dealing with this, because we can talk about it, we can watch all the videos, we can do all the things. If we don't actually start implementing this, it's not going to matter. Nothing's going to change. And so let's talk about 5 actionable steps that we can take to not be that mom, to not be that one who's always on the phone and our children only see us through the glow of the screen. I know I was really convicted when my 3rd child was little. She was a toddler. We owned our own business. We were so busy. I was a wedding planner and florist, and we were always doing so many things. And as a small child, she would come up to me, and I always had my phone in my hand because I'm checking an email or posting something for the business or doing all these great things, right? And her little tiny hands would come up and she would set her fingers over my phone screen because she knew as a small child that I'm not really paying attention to you. I'm not giving you my full attention when I'm still doing this or typing or anything of the like. So as a small child, she knew to put her little cute hand over my phone to get my attention, and that broke my heart. That got my attention. Because guys, life is precious. It's a gift from God. Every breath that we have, and we're not promised a tomorrow. Any of us. I mean, it just doesn't. We don't know, be it through death or rapture, we don't know what's ahead. But this moment, this here and now, this is a gift that God has given me and you through His grace that He pours out upon us, that we have this. And I think it's that perspective that as we pull that in and we really think about it, that can be a great driving factor here in that deep root of self-discipline and heart issues and all of that we need to get to if we're ever going to actually address the problem of not having self-discipline when it comes to our phone or a computer or the TV or whatever you want to insert there. But what are some of these actionable steps we can start doing today to get our phones down and our lives back connected with the real world? The first thing here is that I honestly, truly, with everything in me, believe that we as humans crave connection. And for a world today that is so connected, we've never been further apart. And I think that is having a really big impact on all of us, on us as women, as wives, as moms, on our children, on our families, and on all of this. And our family here, we run an online ministry, okay? Through everything we do with our homeschool, through our church, through our lessons, through our studies, all of it. Like, there's a lot, and there's a lot to be said about online community and online connectivity. Yes, I will sing those praises all day long, but we cannot put the connections that we have in front of us physically, right? Like, I love y'all. I wish we could all be hanging out and you guys could all be here with me and we'll be chatting about this and doing all of that. And Lord willing, maybe one day we'll have that. That's great. But I have to have my priorities set here. And I should not be putting the relationships that I have right here next to me, touch, smell, like right here. I should not be putting them on the back burner for my scrolling, for my clicking, for my YouTube watching, for my whatever it is that I'm constantly trapped in this phone doing. And so if we are not first seeking out that connection around us, there's going to be an imbalance. And so I would encourage all of us today to say, what connections do I have in my physical, immediate surroundings? Husband, children, neighbors, whatever it may be. I don't know what your life looks like, right? You have to look at that. Come and join us for our biblical womanhood study if you haven't already. It is linked down below. We are digging into all of these topics very deeply, okay? 5 years in a row that we're on doing this. Come and join us, because that's where we're really going to dig in. For those of you who feel like, I don't have anyone in my immediate, I don't have a husband, I don't have children, I don't have anyone right here immediately, you could seek some out. You can seek out a solid church. You can seek out ways that you can get involved and you can pour into others, and then they can pour back into you, and it's wonderful. We can seek that out. We can. And to top it off, hello, love. And to top it off, we can remember that even if I have no one around me, maybe I'm homebound, I can't get to anyone, all of us, regardless of where we're at, we want to be seeking out our time with the Lord above all. So before all the scrolling, before all the YouTube consumption, before all of the mindless clicking and tapping, and before all of that, that's where we need to be seeking out. If we want to get this whole balance in place of being on our phones way too much, we have to make sure that our priority of where we spend time and connection, where it's aligning. Is it truly God first? Husband's my number one human relationship, children, community that's there with me, and then I go into the phone, and then I go into the other stuff. We've really got to hold that mirror up and go, how am I actually doing as far as prioritizing my connections? Because if I've got my little ones in home, I have a husband, I have anyone in my existing human presence around me, be it through my church where I volunteer, whatever it may be, but I'm still on my phone before I'm pouring into those areas, there's an imbalance there that we have to address. The second actionable step that you can take today, put your phone on silent. Turn off the notifications, turn off your ringers. I don't know what it is, but there are so many things that are just crying for our attention. Just ding, 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 all the time. Just ding, 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 ding. We hear them so much that I think most of us think we hear them when nothing's even made noise, right? It's just ding, 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 ding all the time. And so one of the simplest things that you can do to help yourself as you work through this self-discipline of you and your consumption of your phone is to silence it. Shh, let it all go, right? Turn it on silent. Turn off notifications. Don't let every sound come out of it. I even keep my media volume all the way turned down all the time. If I am watching something, I watch it silently and I read the captions. I just try to, all of the ways that it's trying to grab your attention, don't let it. For those of you who go, oh, well, that just won't work for me. I need to know if my husband calls, or I need to know if so-and-so. You can do that, okay? I have my phone set up that there's different permissions. It depends on your phone. You have to look it up a little bit, do a little Googling if you need to. I have mine set up that, first of all, if somebody starts calling me back to back, it's going to let the phone call come through, because why are they calling me back to back? Clearly somebody needs me. I can set up certain contacts like my husband, my mother, my mother-in-law who is in a nursing facility. Like, I can set up certain numbers that, hey, even if I'm on silent, do not disturb, whatever, let this come through. There's ways that we can go about this, right? We can go ahead and we can silence things and set them off to the side, and maybe keep your phone in another room or up on top of the fridge or somewhere that you're just not easily grabbing it. Start making some of these changes so that way these notifications, these dings, these every little bits of things that tons of people are paid lots of money to make you want to engage in their notification, turn those powers off so that you don't feel the need to be grabbing it at every little noise, every little blip, every little message, every little text. You don't need the notification right now. You don't need to respond to it right this second. 98% of the time, it can wait until you have some time for it, and not just be constantly consuming it all day long. Another great actionable step here when you're trying to get that phone put down is to delete apps. Take them off of your phone. The things that you find, and you can pull up on most every phone, you can easily pull up and get a report of where you've spent time, what apps you're in. You can download things that will check them for you. I mean, it's not hard to do, but to look and see, where is it that you are just constantly drawn to? Is it scrolling through Instagram? Is it sitting on Facebook? Are you watching just endless reels and shorts? Whatever it may be, right? Like, what are the things that are no longer tools and resources, but it's just mindless consumption? Take those apps off your phone. Delete them. Get rid of them, okay? Is it shopping? Are you constantly, right? Amazon makes it so easy. Hello, I got the cat was in. Hi, Marigold. Is it that you are just constantly tapping and buying something or adding something to a wish list or take it off. Remove it. Remember that detox and many of these things can be great to just say, you know what, no phone for a week, a month, or whatever. Take it off, right? Do different things. There's many different ways that can be really helpful. But still, if we don't dig deeper and see the heart, the reason why you are on just mindlessly being addicted to this, if we never deal with that root, we never get to the point of self-discipline, it's not really going to matter, because it's never going to last. You're going to put it away for a while, and then you're going to come back to it and be off kilter. You're going to put it away for a while, and you're going to come back to it and be consuming it too much. So just remember, when we do this, yes, take stuff off, but as you're taking these apps off, really think about that, right? Like, ask yourself, why am I on here so much? Why am I on this shopping app so much? Why am I on Instagram so much? Why am I constantly watching reels? Like, why am I doing this? Look at your phone and see how much time you're spending on these apps as you take them off. And really take that to prayer and ask the Lord to reveal to you the deeper issue, the root, the problem, the why. That's where you are spending so much of that precious time that He has gifted to you. The fourth actionable step that I recommend to you is, before you touch your phone, every time, like not just once at the beginning of the day, but like all day long, before you touch your phone, pray. Just go to prayer. Silently, out loud, however you feel you need to do it. Before you touch that phone, before you unlock it, before anything, Lord, guide my time. Let me be a good steward of what you've given me, be it in my time, my attention, my priority, my resources, whatever it may be, Lord. Let what I'm doing honor you. Is this really where I should be? Is there a human connection in front of me that I should be pouring into before I go aimlessly scrolling? Is this where I should be right now as an ambassador of you to best use and steward my time? Because if that doesn't hit you in the conviction and give you a good kick in the pants to go, what am I doing? Again, guys, remember, it's that we can take off the stuff, we can do that, and that's great. It's great to see where you're spending your time, where you're wasting it, where you're just aimlessly scrolling. Like, all of that is fantastic. But if we never get to that root, we never get to that heart of the matter of why am I just going here? Then it doesn't make that big of a difference. You can do, and that's probably why you've watched a ton of these videos and you see all these detox and no technology November or whatever the thing is that you're doing, and you do it for a while and it was great while it lasted, but then you fall right back to it. It's because you're not addressing the root. There's no self-discipline actually happening in there. And if we're going to fix the problem, let's fix the problem, right? And the example we are to our kids and how they're going to treat technology and all of that, like, it's so important. And I think we all agree that we know it's important. We want to be good examples. We want to be good stewards. We want to be responsible and self-disciplined. So before we touch that phone, before we hop on there, before we watch a video, before we get on Instagram, before we scroll through another short, take it to prayer. Lord, is this where I should be? Is this how best I can steward my time? Is there someone else that I could be pouring into right now that would be a better use of my time and my attention? There's a time and a place for technology. Amen. I hope so. Everything I do and I work so hard for, for you all, I put it out through stuff like this. So I think there is a blessing and there is a benefit. But there's a big difference between a resource and a tool and an addiction. And going to prayer before we get on a screen can be a great help to ask the Lord through His Spirit to help guide us and direct us when it comes to these areas that we're struggling. And the fifth actionable step, it's a lot about perspective. Again, I could tell you to go put your phone in a box, lock it up, throw away the key, boom, bam, addiction handled. But if that doesn't actually address the root and the heart issue, you're just going to go get a different phone. Let's just be honest. But when you start to realize that your time today, every breath that you breathe, it is a gift. It is a gift that the Lord has quite literally bestowed upon you. Your children are a gift. Your husband is a gift. Those in your life, everything around us, being outside, the sunshine, the grass, all of it, it's a gift. It's such an honor that the Lord blesses us in the way He does. And so if I've been gifted this time, this life, however long it may be, because I don't know, I might not be here tomorrow. I could live to be 120. I have no idea. I pray the Lord comes, I'm down for whatever He wants me to do, but sure, Lord, you ready for me? I'm okay. This is the time I have, and I want to honor God through this time, through this gift that He gave me. I want to honor Him in it. And when I stand before Him one day and I have to give an account for every careless, idle word I've ever spoken, I know that this topic's going to come up. How did you spend your time? I gave you all of these minutes, all of these seconds, all of these milliseconds, right? How did you spend them? I know that sometimes at the end of the week, my phone gives me a little this is how much time you spent on here, blah, 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 right? It gives me all these cool stats. Kind of cool to see. You were up this much percent, you were down this much percent, you spent most of your time here and not so much here. I can see all of that. Now imagine when God, in His holy throne room, pulls up stats and goes, here, let's see. I gave you this much life. You spent this much of it aimlessly scrolling on your phone. being discontent because your house doesn't look like the Instagram house. Complaining because somebody did this on YouTube and you didn't agree with it, or you whatever. Pinning stuff on Pinterest for this many hours that you never looked at again. Is that really the best use of the time I gave you? I'm just thinking out loud here. But if I have to give an account for every careless word I've ever spoken, I'm pretty sure how I invested the time the Lord gave me, is a safe topic of conversation that will come up. And so when I sit down and I think about, what am I doing with this time? I look at the life of Christ, and he didn't just idly waste it away, right? We don't see these big blocks of, well, Jesus was in ministry for 3 years, but he also spent a lot of time doing this and doing that and doing this. No. And it doesn't mean that we don't rest, that we don't enjoy simplicity, I'm all about that, you guys. But let's be honest with ourselves. There's a difference between rest and relaxation and enjoying time with our family and things of that nature, doing things we love, and wasting it all away. Aimlessly scrolling, constantly filling ourselves with nothingness. Big difference. And we need to be able to notice that. We need to be able to spot it and call it out. And we need to be able to be mature in the spirit enough to say, this isn't honoring you, Lord. Me putting all of my time here into this, it's not building up my faith. It's not growing me in fellowship. I'm not getting closer to you. It's not helping me live as a godly woman in my day-to-day life through my marriage and my children and whatever. What am I doing? Or maybe it is helping, but I'm still consuming too much of it and I need to go, apply this and walk it out. Is what you're doing online, what you're doing on your phone, honoring God truly through the time that he's blessed you with and how you're using to spend it? So those there, friends, would be the top 5 actionable steps that we can start implementing today. We can start taking this to prayer today. We can start pulling up these settings on our phone and seeing, where am I spending my time? What am I doing? Delete these apps, get them out of here. Really digging into our hearts and going, why do I feel the need to sit on Amazon? Why do I feel the need to scroll through stuff? Why do I watch the stuff I watch and read the things I read and listen to the things I listen to? Now, hopefully a lot of the answers there will be good answers. Let's say because you're learning more about the Lord, you're digging into truth, you are growing through fellowship and community and discipleship to walk out these things in our faith of what it means to be a biblical woman or to be a biblical man and to be a mother and a wife and to educate our children and all of this. But as we ask those questions and we really go, am I using this as a tool, as a resource? Screwdrivers are fantastic. I need screwdrivers sometimes because sometimes something happens and that is the tool that I need because my robotic vacuum isn't working and I need that guy fixed because I love my robotic vacuum and I don't know what I'd do without this guy. He serves our family very, very well. I need to find that screwdriver so I can fix him. But I wouldn't just use screwdrivers all the time for everything. That would be silly, right? If it's not a job for a screwdriver, then you don't use it. So am I using my phone in that way? Where I'm just mindlessly consuming for everything. I'm not going, hey, is this the best tool for what I need? Am I just letting it influence and just fill my mind and all my time and just noise, 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 noise? I think of the Grinch, right? With all the who's, just noise, noise, making all that. That's us with our phones. I don't want to do that. I want to be a good steward. I want to honor the Lord. I want my children to know how available I am to them. I want my husband to know how here I am to connect with him. And I love my phone. I love technology for so many wonderful resources that we use for our ministry every single day. But every single day, I want to hold myself accountable to myself and to the Lord and say, am I using this as a great tool? Or am I just mindlessly consuming for no good reason? So friends, I pray that can be an encouragement. I know it's not a super easy 1, 2, 3, check, you're good to go. It's deep, it's digging into the heart. It's looking at these roots, but if we do that, we really finally get down to the root of it all, You're not going to constantly be finding yourself going, I did it again and I'm trapped to my phone. Get that root. Get to the heart of the matter. Take it to the Lord and say, Lord, I give it to you. We're doing this. I'm going for it. I'm going to use this as a tool and a resource and not just mindless consumption and worldliness. Because I got people right in front of me that I need to pour into, because you've given me them, you've given me this life, and I cherish it. And so if this has been a help to you, an encouragement, you guys, let me know down below. Let me know so I can lift you up in prayer as well. And we just absolutely love getting to meet so many of you on here. You guys are such a blessing. We are really praying that we can hit that 10,000 subscriber mark. So if you guys want to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so that you can get more like this, where we talk about all the homey things of life, but with a heavenly minded perspective, we would love nothing more. It is our greatest desire to encourage and equip families to really understand the importance of home and being heavenly minded in all aspects of life. And getting to share with you guys and do this here is just the greatest blessing. So thank you all for being here, for subscribing, for commenting, for sharing, all the pieces. We just love having you all here and are so thankful for you. So I'm going to get off of my phone here and get back to my kiddos and playing with the chickens and the turkeys and doing all the fun stuff over there. And if you guys want a little something else to watch that I pray can be a benefit and can serve you, you can check out this video right up here. I think you guys will enjoy it. Otherwise, I will be right back here tomorrow with a new video. I'll see you then. Bye, friends.